はいどうも、アルミラです。それでは今回から最後の DLC ザ・ピットをやっていきます。
Thank you for your help with those guys. They finally tracked me down. I thought I'd have more time. You've come about the broadcast, right? Risky, I know. But it had to be done. So you know who I am. Who are you?
24歳です。学生です。
Well now, a hero. Look at you. I come from a place far to the northwest. It's called the Pitt. It's, well, let's be honest. The place is a nightmare. Radiation, mutation, disease. But the worst of it, my people, some of the only survivors, are slaves. No big deal, you're thinking? It's a rough world, but I have a chance to free them. All I need is an outsider's help before that chance is gone. The Citadel, huh? That's the Brotherhood of Steel Fortress, right? Yeah, I know about those guys. He must have been part of the attack that cleaned up the pit. Well, it didn't so much clean it up as it calmed it down. No way that hellhole could ever be cleaned up without the cure. That's why those guys were after me. The pit's a mess. Nearly everyone who lives there is either sick, dying, or worse. It's the water and the air. You can't escape it. You stay there a few years, and no matter what, it'll get you. But the bastards who have my people, they found a way to cure it. And once they have that cure perfected, we don't stand a chance. So we need the cure to bargain for our freedom. Well, you might try a disguise. They probably won't let some random armed waster pass the gates. But if you look like one of the working stiffs, you should be able to slip in with no problem. Lucky for us, a group of slavers is nearby waiting to make a sale. You should be able to get one off of them. They're off to the west, near the tunnel that leads to the pit. That should be our first move. Okay, you go get the outfit. I'll stay here and meet up with you when it's done. I'll meet you up by the tunnel that leads to the pit. You go get whatever you'll need for the trip. You won't be coming back here for a while, so keep that in mind.
Hey, are you the guy from the pit?
そうです。
About damn time you showed up. We've been waiting here for fucking ever. Whatever, man. You're here now. I just hope you're ready to do business.
何もなんこ
We got 3. Usual price, 200 each.
こ。10
Bosses,
万
no
ぼったくりやろ。
trades. Cash only.
使え。
あんたを殺した方が早そうだな。
Oh, I knew not to trust you pit bastards. I knew.
カットしよう。
Oh my god! You killed them! Are you real? You're here to save us? Where are we going?
あんたはもう自由だ。でも奴隷のような格好をするために手伝ってほしい。
Wait, we're free? You're serious? You killed them and we're just free to go? You're either the kindest person in the world or the dumbest. Either way, thank you. I can help you. It's the least I can do. What is it that you need? That guy over there on the mattress died last night. I never did get his name. If you don't mind the smell, you can just take his.
わかった。ありがとう。荒野では気をつけてな。
We will. Thank you again, stranger. We owe you our lives.
これか。
いただいていくぜ。
All right, you got a disguise. Good, good. We're ready to head out. I'll meet you up by the tunnel that leads to the pit. You go get whatever you'll need for the trip. Whatever you say, hero. Just don't take too long. We need to get started. This ain't a short trip. Hang on, someone's coming. Let me do the talking. Hey, hey, what are you guys doing here?
I might ask you the same thing. You've got a lot of guts coming back to this place, when...
Yeah? Well, I guess that's the difference between us. I have a lot of guts. You don't.
ダメみたいですね。
This is as far as I can go. It's up to you from here on out. Don't expect to take anything you have in with you. They'll strip you clean, but I'll find a way to get your things back to you. Once you're inside, find a slave named Medea. She'll be able to help you. Remember, your goal is to get access to Asher and find the cure. After you have it, I'll contact you.
かしこまり。
That's it. Good luck. We're counting on you.
カットしよう。
You ain't one of us. And you don't look like one of those slaves that run off. So who the fuck are you? Answer fast, stranger, before I make you very, very dead.
死神だ。あんたを迎えに来た。
Ah, good. It's been way too long since I killed anybody. There you are.
限界まで離れてる。限界準備かちょっと死んで
I'm gonna bury you.
何つった今もう一回やってみろ意外と早く落ちたなはいちょっとまずいですよ
What? You thought you could kill my buddies at the gate and we just let you walk in here? On any other day, I'd just stake you out for the drugs. But Asher says to put you to work. And what the big man says goes. But it looks like we're gonna get some good stuff out of it, eh? Good luck! Get him, boys!
いて。いて。
何するんですかやめてください本当に何するちょっと本
That's
当に
enough. Get his stuff. Come on, hurry! Hey, put that down. That's mine. Okay, got everything? Let's get out of here.
Relax.
先輩
It messed you up pretty bad. Take it easy. Don't move too quickly. Come on. Sit up now. What were you thinking trying to shoot your way in here like that? That's not going to help anyone. I thought Werner said you were supposed to be clever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You're here now, and you look like one of us. So that's good. But we can't talk out in the open like this. Meet me in my house as soon as you get yourself together. We'll talk there. All right, we can talk now, but we shouldn't take too long. They saw you come in here, so they'll come looking for you if you take too long. I have a plan for getting you into Asher's palace, but we need to wait. In the meantime, you're going to have to blend in.
その通り、その目立たないようにするには何をすればいい
I don't know what you saw on the way in, but the guards don't really take kindly to workers just standing around. You're going to need to look busy, or they'll sniff you out pretty quickly. And if they get too close, you don't look like you belong here. So I'm going to send you out to do a job that will keep you away from the guards.
次は何をするんですか
Outside of the mill, there are a bunch of old steel ingots just lying around. Every so often, the foreman puts out a work order to collect them. It's practically a death sentence, and they never assign it to anyone. They make us pick who's going to do it. Bastards. Yeah, well, the area is full of trogs. They're what most of us hope we never become. The contamination gets to everyone to some degree. For most people, it's some form of cancer. Sometimes harmless, sometimes not. For others, the contamination drives them insane. If it doesn't kill them, it changes them. They become animals, deformed and inhuman. It's not pretty. They're everywhere and they kill on sight. I can't really help you there. Ask around. Maybe check with Marco in the mill. He's been making some of our tools into weapons. You might even be able to find a gun on one of the dead bosses out in the steel yard. What was that?
なんでこのさ
What's going on in here, Medea? Who is this scab?
Nothing. Nothing, sir. I was just telling this new worker about the job the foreman posted.
Oh, yeah? So he's the one that's going out to the steel yard, huh?
Yes, sir. I told him what he needs to do. He knows. 10 ingots, as fast as he can.
Well, then. I hope you also said goodbye. All right, playtime's over. Get to work, grinders.
ああここ
So
か
you're the lucky scab gathering ingots for me today, huh? That you do. This ain't no union shop. So, still your duty, huh? Who'd you piss off to get that death sentence? Actually, don't even tell me. It's not like you'll be alive for long anyways. See that fella up there? You'll be seeing lots of those. And if you survive them, you'll probably run into those crazies that live up on the blast furnace. Tell you what, why don't you do me a favor and get killed close to the door? I don't have to walk so far to loot your corpse, eh? Here's the door. Get out there and grab some ingots. Don't come back without at least 10. Turn them into me and I'll see if I can slip a little something your way.
カットしよう疲れたもん
Well,
毎日出て
look
も
who made it
食べ
back.
たくなりますよね
I'll take those ingots, scab. You just get back in there and get about your business. You got a real knack for this. Here, this might help you work a little harder. Original owner can't use it anymore on account of decapitation. Guess I could spare this. Yeah, looks like you earned it. If you're heading back out there, these ought to help you with the trogs. How about I give you some metal this time? Here, this armor was a special order for one of the hole fighters. Great against bullets, but didn't help him when he got pushed off the bridge. Sure thing. Bit of a weird one here. Found it from some sucker out of town. Some genius got to tinkering with his laser. Polished metal barrel, a few prisms in there, and he got this lethal light show. You bet I do. Check out this cutting edge of fashion. Wear this armor, and everyone's gonna want to get close to you. Which just means they'll be inside your blast radius, huh? Yes, you earned this. Used to belong to a desert priest. Said wearing it made him bulletproof. Of course, that didn't stand up to a little testing. But damn if it wasn't a gloriously fun time. All the metal you're bringing in, I suppose it's worth giving you something to really help with those trogs. Here, this thing's mauled trogs and ghouls from here to Monroeville. Give it a whirl. I probably shouldn't. But damn if you ain't earned it. Here, this is the best gun I ever had. A little slower on the trigger, but she makes up for it in power and accuracy. Use her in good health. Well, I'll be damned. That makes 100 ingots you found. And here I remember you bring back any at all. Ain't no question. You earned the treasure of my collection. This armor goes all the way back to when the Brotherhood tried to wipe out the Pitt. Some of the tribals who worshipped Asher made it to look like their god. Try it on, and you'll feel a little like a god yourself.
Who is God?
Yep. Guess you got every last one out there. You're one hell of a stealer, kid. Keep bringing in metal. I'll keep getting you gear.
Good. Just in time. Asher has ordered everyone into the square. Rumor has it that he's going to open up the arena. That's perfect for us. It's simple, really. From time to time, Asher opens up the arena. We call it the Hole. Any slave who wants to can fight against the gladiators. If you win, you get your freedom. More importantly, you get an audience with Asher. It's the only way a slave will ever get to talk to him directly. You fight, you win, and when you talk to Asher, you take the cure. I wouldn't shed a tear, but no. Werner has a distraction planned. We haven't been making these weapons for nothing, you know. But when you're meeting with Asher, you'll be close enough to grab the cure. Get it and bring it to me. Now let's get out there and listen to Asher's speech. There'll be hell to pay if the guards catch us in here.
I bring you good news. We stand at the dawn of a new golden age, where others merely survive. We thrive! And while I have led your efforts, it has been by your own strength that you have earned all the envy of the world. And most of all, they envy our victories in the struggle for freedom. Because yes, freedom is what we all work towards. To celebrate this struggle, I ask my loyal workers, who among you is prepared to fight for your freedom?
Right here.
Fight
in the hole.
Sir, you carry not only the dream that workers can become free, but that we may all someday become truly free from the threats of our world.
She sets up the fights.
What a fantastic fight! How far will this slave go? Bear Brothers are dead! Amazing! This newcomer is showing promise, my friend! And Gruber falls! Gruber falls! The champion is toppled! A new slave rises from the join us. Welcome him. He's earned it.
Well now, aren't you quite the scrapper? Congratulations.
ありがとうございます。
You've done well. Asher wishes to see you. The guards will be told to allow you to pass.
カットしよう。
Right after I maintain some order.
何やってんだあいつら。
And I suppose you'll follow that up by raising the dead.
No, but I may heal the infirm later in the week. Time permitting, of course.
すいません。
Sir,
気
we've
も
had
したで
sightings
すけ
of
ど。
murder back in the city. And
ま
there's
だ
been an
時間
increase
か
in
かりそうです
shadows
か
and
ね。
slaves.
Workers.
お前らばっか二人でいい思いしてんのよ。
We call them workers. Helps
俺も仲間に入れてくれよ。
reminds them that they might earn their freedom someday.
おーい。
Whatever we call them, they've been gathering makeshift weapons.
All right. Put your guards on
やることねえ
Tell
な
them to be on the lookout
どう
for
するよ
any
暇だ
loitering too long downtown. And keep a watch on Medea at all times.
早く出してよ。
Big happens.
早く見たい。院長が行くとこ見
We
た
have a
い。
meeting with our new friend. So if anything big comes up, you use the intercom.
Yes, sir.
入れていい？
Okay,
入
break
れていいん
sofa.
だ。
Nice work in the hole,
どこなのだよ。
穴一つしかないから。
穴があるということは何かを入れなきゃな。
So that begs the question, who are you?
僕の名前
What
は
are you
ユーマ。
doing in my city? You heard right. And after a show like that, how could I refuse someone of your talents? While the rest of the world scrambles to survive, we have an army, industry, and thanks to a recent surprise, we've got no need to fear radiation. But we do have a few loose ends that still need tied up. Tell me, do you know a man named Werner?
あ、俺知ってるよ。
Then you know he's not to be trusted. He escaped after a failed coup, and I believe he's working with the slaves to plan a revolt. You know the slaves, and you've met Werner, so you're in a prime position to put an end to him. Do that, and I'll make you a lieutenant in my army.
それ本当だ。
That's what I wanted to hear! You've got a bright future ahead of you in the pit, new blood. In fact, I'd like to let you in on a little secret and show you the amazing advance that'll secure our place in the wasteland. Now I think would be a good time for you to meet the cure for yourself. Let's take a trip back to the lab where Sandra can explain. Don't let me keep you. Don't let me keep you. Don't let me... Damn it, I'm on my way. Just head back and talk to Sandra. She'll explain all about the cure. Then you'll see why you have to put an end to Werner. Test 1, 2. Looks like this thing is on. Marie, if you're there. This is your father speaking. Ishmael Asher. Sometimes called Lord of the Pit. Now I hope you're hearing this 10 years from now. Sitting on my knees safe and sound. Right about now, I bet I'm looking pretty silly. But things don't always work out the way we'd like. There are a lot of risks, including what your mother would do if she heard me talking like this. And I'm not about to risk leaving you alone without knowing where you came from. These tapes are for you, so you can know who your father really was. Marie, the first thing you need to know is that I wasn't always the Lord of the Pit. Long before I was a king, I was a scholar and a soldier. In fact, I was in the Brotherhood of Steel. You've probably heard about them, but you may not have heard what we did to the city. The Scourge. When we came here, the Pit was just a breeding ground for trogs, cannibals, and worse. Commander had us torch the place and take what we could. The Pit had useful technology, but it was suicide to stay here. So when an explosion left me buried in the mill, my brothers were sure I was dead. I don't blame them for leaving. I probably would have. We thought nothing could live in the Pit. We were wrong. Marie, You know those fights in the Mills arena? Well, its first fight was when I woke up to someone pulling me out from a pile of rubble. At first, I thought it was my brothers pulling me to safety. Instead, it was a scavenger trying to steal my armor. She didn't get it. But I learned she had a whole family of scavengers. They'd make raids into the city for gear from the mill, and that gave me an idea. This was the only working steel mill we'd ever seen. In a world of leftovers, it was a chance to build again, and that was worth any price. The scavengers saw me as a god, so along with my Brotherhood know-how, it was easy to set up the basics. We started to build a city. As word of a new settlement got out, the city started growing and fast. When raiders attacked, I'd kill the leader and recruit the rest. I had to. The city's disease meant we couldn't have children, so recruiting was the only way to grow. And as we grew, the mill needed more workers. And yes, that meant recruiting workers by force. I'm not proud of it, but it's the only way to keep the city supplied and armed. But it was always a temporary solution, until our best scientists found a way to cure the city's epidemic. Sandra and I worked on it day and night. And after one particularly late night of work, we were blessed with a cure. It's the cure inside you, Marie. Even now, we're doing everything we can to figure out how to share your gift with the city, while keeping you safe, of course. So by the time you're old enough to hear this, you'll already be a hero. Congratulations, Marie. You've already saved us all. I knew you would.
Hello? Oh, Asher told me you might be coming here, but I'm afraid I was preoccupied. Little Marie here is an angel, but she can still be a handful. I'm Sandra. Asher set me up here to work on the Pitt's medical research, and Marie here is our daughter. Our little miracle, really. Oh, I hate it when he calls her that. I swear, it's a terrible thing to call his own daughter. Well, this is a nice surprise. Apparently you and Asher are the only other people who know anything about science in this place. Yes, it seems that our daughter was born with a naturally acquired immunity to any form of mutation. It's nothing short of a miracle, honestly. I'm still trying to figure out why, but she may just hold the key to stopping the Pitt's Trog problem. Hell, maybe other types of mutations too. Oh no, these tests are perfectly safe. In fact, between the crib and her uncanny health, she's probably the safest child in the world. Asher and I would never risk her health. And if that means it takes longer to develop a full cure, then, well, everyone else can wait. You're a dear, but things are well in hand here. If you really want to help, you should probably go deal with whatever had Asher rushing off in such a hurry. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to take care of one last test before Marie's nap time.
So
I suppose you signed on with Asher and his kind, did you? You're not the first to win their freedom and forget where they came from. Of course I knew you, dolt. I also know it's the only chance we had of finding a cure and ransoming our freedom. If they ever find a cure, do you think they'll share it with us? Of course not. Why waste medicine on people you'll just work to death anyway? Fine. If it'll get you out of the way, go check under the blast furnace in the steel yard. Look for a rooftop door in the southwest. It's got a blue light, you can't miss it. But Werner will put you in your place. They'd rather die for freedom than die working for the raiders. Watch your back out there.
Ah, you finally made it. I've got everything ready, and there are plenty of tests to run, so hurry up and put the... Wait. Where's the cure? Did you lose it? Where is that little bastard?
子供犠牲にするわけねえだろ。
Oh, boo fucking who? You don't think bringing those bastards down is worth getting your hands dirty? No, I guess you're okay with torturing, slaving scum like that, just so long as you don't have to make a decision, huh?
お前あれ口答えするのか？
Sure, fine. Obviously, you've joined with Asher, and I think you've got a bright future as a lackey. You really do. But you know what? Fuck this city, and fuck the raiders. Fuck the slaves, and fuck you too, fucker. I'm gone.
I knew I could trust you, and I wasn't disappointed. Werner's been stopped. The workers are returning to their rightful place. The pit has a bright future ahead of it, and so do you. Right now, nothing. Until we can reproduce a treatment from Marie, they'll have to keep working. Otherwise, this city falls apart. But once we do have a cure, things will be different. We won't need to kidnap people for our city. We'll be able to grow naturally. Until then, this is the way it has to be. It's just what has to be done. Now that Marie's back, we have a chance at curing the disease that's been ravaging the pit since the bombs. Without it killing our kids, we can grow like a real city. No more bringing in slaves. No more forced labor. Things can get better. It's taken me a lot of work to rebuild this city. With your help, it's finally going to have a chance. You've kept the city in one piece and put a stop to Werner's plans. Yeah, I guess you've earned one. As a full citizen of the pit, you'll have full access to the ammo press in the mill. It's how I keep my soldiers well armed. So make good use of it. And I think Sandra's made some progress with the cure. So here's a little something to help with radiation. That's up to you. We'll keep working on the cure and keep the city running. You're free to come and go as you like. Of course, you can help out at the mill by collecting metal from the steel yard. It helped lighten the load on the workers. And if you want to work on Sandra's good side, you can always bring her toys for Marie. It's a little thing, but it'd make a difference.
これ終わりですか？終わりかどうかは私が決めること。
Not in the slightest. During the Scourge, we looted the pit and left the rest of it to rot. I was just a dumb convert who got stuck here afterwards. See, beneath it all, the Brotherhood's just lazy. It's easier to loot a dying city than to work to bring it back to life. So that's what they did. They're so obsessed with the technology of the past, they don't care what needs to be done for today and tomorrow. It takes real hard work to rebuild and run a city. But there isn't a machine to do it for them, so the Brotherhood isn't interested. Good riddance. My little Marie is the very picture of health. And eventually, she'll make it possible for a new generation of healthy babies in the pit. You know, I always wanted to make the pit a strong city. But that was because I wanted to make my mark on the world. But when Marie was born, that changed. Now she's my reason to make the pit succeed. Because she's depending on it. It's just something a parent has to do for their child. You understand? Walk proud. You're an ambassador of the pit.
今日はありがとうございました。またお願いすると思うんで。
はい、というわけでザ・ピットをクリアしました。これでフォールアウト3のメインクエストと DLC 全部クリアしましたというわけで、今回の動画はここで終わりたいと思います。それでは次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイ。